Welcome to this progressive muscle relaxation meditation. Before we scan the body for any areas of tension or relaxation, we'll first start with basic breathing as your foundation in your meditation practice. And begin with the inhale, just noticing your own breath and its own pace. And the exhale as it releases. Not trying to change anything about your breath. Simply going internally and becoming aware of it in the present moment. And follow this for a few more breaths. Just becoming more aware of the inhale and of the exhale. Relaxing your body and bringing you present to this moment in this meditation here, right now. And then we will start just by scanning the body. We're going to go briefly from the head to the toes. First noticing your head, your face, your mouth, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, all the way to your fingertips, your chest, your upper back, your midsection, your stomach, and your lower back and your hips, your buttocks and your quads, your knees, your calves, your ankles and out your feet and your heels and your toes, the very tips of your toes. And just by saying these words in different parts of your body, you'll begin an internal awareness what these areas feel like, these muscle groups, and where they are holding tension, and where they are more open and relaxed. As I'm saying this, something may pop into your head in terms of where you are feeling more tense, and where your muscles are feeling more relaxed and open. And then in order to notice these parts, I want you to go first to the part that is the most tense and uptight. Just pick one if there are multiple. Without judging or thinking anything too harshly, I want you to go to that part that's tense and just observe it. What is the muscle doing there? What is the bone, if there are bones, doing there? What is the blood doing? If you could take a microscope and look closely, the blood cells, any cell and any skin cell, the tissue, the fibers, what would it be doing? What about even closer? On a molecular level, look at the atoms. Notice what they are doing. And then, when you're ready, breathe into this area and imagine it expanding out. And then relaxing back down again. And again, taking a nice luxurious inhale and expanding that area, imagining it getting bigger and bigger, the cells more separated and more still on the inhale, and relaxing back together, more calm than before on the exhale. And then I want you to become aware a part of your body that was open and relaxed when we first scanned through. And go to this part of your body and just notice and observe what it is doing in your muscles, in your bones if there are any, in the tissue, and on a cellular level. And look closely at what is going on all the way down to the atoms. Are they moving fast? Are they moving slow? Are they close together? Are they far apart? Are they speaking? Are they saying something to you? What do they have to say? These molecules, these cells. Once you've noticed this, I want you to take a deep inhale. Expand this area even further. And let all the cells separate from each other as you inhale. Perhaps slowing down a little bit. And on the exhale, coming back together. Just a little bit more relaxed than before. And then when you're ready, we're going to start at the top of the head. Slowly work our way down into each body part through a progressive muscle relaxation. This is especially helpful to do before sleeping or before a particularly anxiety-provoking task that you may have to do throughout your day. And to begin, starting at the top of the head, and the face, and the back of the head, all around this beautiful sphere that holds your most precious organ, your brain. And then I want you to tense every muscle, every part of you that you possibly can in your face and in your head. Perhaps you're making a funny face that may seem silly at first. And just tense up every part of your head and your face. Even the back of your head, notice that it tenses the skin and really, really, really tightens up this area. And hold it, and hold it. And when you can't hold it any longer, you're going to release that area. The newfound relaxation. And as we're going through these different parts, you may notice that some are still tense after you tighten up. And with those parts, just be especially gentle with yourself. You may need to re-tense up and tighten that area before you're able to relax and move on to the next part. Moving down into the neck next. And into the tops of the shoulders where a lot of people hold their tension. Right in the area that connects the back of the neck and the shoulders and the upper back, just that very top part. I want you to notice what it is feeling like before you start. And then tense up your shoulders and shrug them up to your ears. Tightening, tightening for as long as you possibly can. Every fiber and every cell just tensing up and contracting. And release. And you can no longer tighten anymore. And then we're going to move into our arms. We're going to start with the tops of our arms and our biceps. And the deltoids on the outer part. And you're just going to tense and flex that muscle like you've never tensed before. Just tightening up, and hold it until you can't anymore, and then release it back out. Doing it again if you need to. And then we're going to keep going in the arms. We're going to go with the forearms And the hands, so clench your fists tight. You may curl them into you to tighten that forearm. Tightening, tightening, tightening until you can't tighten anymore. And then when you're ready, releasing out again. Beautiful. And moving on into the chest. I want you to imagine kind of a sphere from the front of your chest all the way around to the middle of your back. Kind of circulating around. I want you to really tighten this area. It may feel like you're squeezing together. And tighten and tighten. Tighten the middle of your back and the chest until you cannot contract anymore, and then release with a sigh of relief. Letting all that tension in that part of your body go. And moving downward into your stomach, where a lot of people hold their anxiety in that gut level, the solar plexus. Noticing kind of that sphere again. It starts from the front of the stomach all the way around to the lower back, and back around to the stomach in the front, and through your body and all the organs, all the muscle and bone in this area, your stomach and your lower back. And tighten and tighten and squeeze and contract. It's almost as if you're about to get punched right in the stomach. It's so tight. Once you can't hold anymore, releasing this part and all the tension that goes with it, letting go. Moving on to the hips and the buttocks area, just clenching and tightening this area. A lot of times when we sit all day, it holds a vast amount of tension. And squeeze and tighten until you can't anymore. And then releasing this area. Continuing on a progressive muscle relaxation. And we're going to do the hamstrings, the back of the legs to the knee. And the quads, the front of those legs, up until the knee. You tighten up and squeeze, holding all the tension that you possibly can in this area. Hold it a second longer when you feel like you can't anymore. And release when you're ready, letting go of all the tension in this area that you may be holding. And moving on into the knees and the calves. And the little muscles around the shins. And tightening this area, squeezing, contracting. When you feel like you can't tighten and hold it any longer, releasing that back out, letting the relaxation flood into those muscles as you release, letting the blood flow back in. And then we're going to go into the ankles and the feet all the way into your toes, curling those toes in, clenching and tightening. And you feel like you have a foot cramp, but keep going until you can't anymore. And release this area, letting the blood flow back into your body, letting the energy flow out your feet and out your toes. And doing a body scan from the top of your head, through your face, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your chest, your back, your stomach, your hips, your buttocks, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet, and your toes. Notice that energy flowing from the crown of your head all the way through these different parts that we have relaxed. Know that emotions get stored every day in the body, sometimes without release. So as we go through these different muscle groups, you may notice emotions arising as if out of nowhere. And every time this happens, just notice it as it comes up like a thought bubble. And then relax as it leaves. And of course, whenever our emotions come up, we listen. They have something to say to us. It is important that we hear what they have to say in order for these emotions to move on and leave our body, release us from their grip. And so as you continue on with your day or your evening, know that you can always come back to this practice. It is easy to clench your fists and release, moving your feet and your legs as you're sitting in a chair. And anytime that you need it, coming back into this practice and remembering that feeling of when you were so relaxed and open. Thank you for practicing this meditation with me. And all is well.